affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Victory FM in Aflao, Word Community Radio in the northern region, Yem FM in Bolgatanga, Radio Y in the Upper West region, and Gaskia FM in the Bono East region, ATL in the Central region, on ABN Radio in London, and around the world at myjoyonline.com. In today's package, we focus on social protection issues as increasing cases of abuse come to the fore.
This man sells his bands and his watches around and is able to lure them with some money. As low as just 10 cedis was enough to lure somebody.
Investigations are ongoing and the case will be sent to court.
We have details of these stories coming up. Also, national security on manhunts for mastermind of several internet-based scams in which many have so far fallen victim.
All the money that my wife used in trading, I collected that money thinking that I had got the job. He said he was giving me a job from my oil refinery. So I thought that job would be going on so at the end of the month could repay back my wife. But up to today, nothing.
And in business, Toyota postpones assembling of vehicles locally until the coronavirus normalizes.
And governing New Patriotic Party and opposition NDC pushed for another round of mass registration exercise to capture more prospective voters onto the Ghana card. Thank you for joining us. Let's start from Wali in the northeast region of Ghana, where police has arrested a 38-year-old Malian national who's defiled and impregnated a 15-year-old girl in the town. The suspect, identified as Zebila Haruna, was arrested at his hideout following an intervention of a child rights activist, Mark Matthew Chancellor, after complaints by teachers of a primary 6 pupil. Here's correspondent Elias Utanko's report.
The Wale District Police Commander, Superintendent Peter Simon Akambati, confirming the arrest to Joy News, said the suspect has been charged with defilement.
Once you have sex with a lady below 16 years, it's defilement. Because consent is not important here. When a person consents to your having an affair with her or not.
The police commander expressed worry over the increased number of unreported cases of defilement in the municipality. According to him, the police have enough evidence and will proceed to court on Friday to commence prosecution against the suspect.
We should allow our young women or young girls to grow and also attain some professions. Go to school and attain some qualifications. But if you get them out of school at certain early age, they end up becoming a liability to the society. That's why we have more of these career girls in Accra and other places.
The child rights activist, Mark Matthew Chancellor, revealed this is the third minor to be defiled and impregnated by the Malian citizen.
You heard the Elias Utanko's report. Well, in the Western region, the Regional Police Command has taken over investigations into circumstances surrounding the alleged defilement of a 14-year-old girl in the town of Agunahanta. Family of the victim says police investigators have asked them to settle the matter out of court. The Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit, which was earlier handling the matter, demanded the birth certificate of a 14-year-old girl before charging the suspects. Here's Western Regional Police Commander DCOP Fosuajiman Felix.
The Western Regional Police Command has taken serious view of the defilement case. Investigations are ongoing and the case will be sent to court. It means all hands are on deck to come out with appropriate results and then put the matter before court.
You hear the Western Region Police Commander DCOP Fosu Ajiman Felix. In the Ashanti region, the case of physical abuse of a 3-year-old boy by his father in Kumasi took a dramatic twist yesterday when prosecutors opted to withdraw trial from a circuit to a high court. The Attorney General's office has taken over prosecution of little Junior's father, who allegedly whipped the child with a belt and a cable. It followed the circuit court's presiding judge Patricia Amponsa's rejection of accused caution and written statement of a child and her mother at a case management conference. Erastus Saridonko was there.
As the little boy begins his journey to recovery, so is the road to justice for the alleged torment at the hands of his father, Ebenezer Oseibunsu, who allegedly whipped him with a belt and cable wire, was granted bail in his first appearance in court, but is yet to meet the bail conditions. At the last in-camera case management conference, the caution statement of the accused, written statements of the victim and his mother were rejected by the presiding judge. The court also refused a request by the defense lawyer for psychiatric evaluation of the accused. The prosecutor, Superintendent Regina Oparibia, stood up
and introduced an officer from the Attorney General's department, and she indicated to the court that they had wanted to withdraw the case from the circuit court to the High Court. But then the counsel for the accused was not present in court, so she wants a very short adjournment so that the counsel for the accused will be present and they will be able to move the case from the circuit court to the High Court. The judge granted her request and set an adjournment date from the 2nd of June.
Erastus Saridonko from Kumasi in the Ashanti region. Now to crime. They were desperate for a job and fell in a trap. These are Ghanaians who were contacted by fake accounts of ministers, including Information Minister Kojo Nkrumah and Foreign Affairs Minister Shirley Ayoko-Botwe on Facebook under the pretext of getting them jobs. It is one of many such scams going on in Ghana since the outbreak of COVID-19 2 months ago. Nancy Emefa-Jadose was at the National Security Office and has more in this report.
I think we are not safe as Ghanaians at all.
An angry victim I choose to call Afi. Right after joining an online church service, she received a message from a scammer impersonating the Information Minister, Kojo Nkrumah.
He was my student sometime, so I trusted that I was talking to my students. It talked about a stimulus package, only to be told that I should give them 70 cedis or so.
Afi paid the amount. She noticed it was a scam.
It really crossed my mind that why would my student who has been turned into a politician, why would he want to take only 70 cedis to register me for something like that?
It's very pathetic. It's very pathetic.
Not everyone noticed this scam early. Kwesi also received a message from an account bearing the name of the Foreign Affairs Minister, Shirley Ayoko-Botwe.
Asked me, what can I do for you? Then I said, I'm jobless, I need a job. He asked me to pay a series of money, which I did. It amounted to about 6,000 Ghana cedi. All the money that my wife used in trading. I collected that money thinking that I had got the job. He said he was giving me a job from my oil funnel. So I thought that job would be going on so I could, at the end of the month, could repay back my wife. But up to today, not.
Meanwhile, the prosecutor on the case, Frederick Sapon, says the National Security has so far received complaints from 10 victims who have been duped to the tune of 15,000 Ghana cedis.
Nancy Emefa-Jadose there. To politics now, the NDC and the MPP are pushing for another round of mass registration to capture more prospective voters onto the Ghana card. Reason? The parties fear applicants who are yet to receive their cards within their prospective strongholds are likely to be disenfranchised. The NIA has been unable to issue cards to the over 3 million applicants, while over 9 million Ghanaians are yet to be captured to qualify to be registered for the voter's ID card. Though the authority says it will do a mop-up exercise in the affected areas, the party insists this is not the way to go. Freddie Blaze, chairman of the Ghanaian New Patriotic Party.
The NDC and the MPP are speaking the same language. What they say is that they want some regions, they want the exercise to continue completely in some regions. We also agree that, of course, we prefer it that way. I think we are speaking the same language when it comes to that, except that the interpretation may be different. We are convinced that more people that may support it, or where our support is very great, the exercise has not been completed. And we prefer that. Indeed, if you look at the numbers, we have more people in those areas that the exercise has not been completed.
You heard the chairman of the MPP, Freddie Blame. Let's just stay politics because chairman of the People's National Convention, Bernard Mona, has described the police invitation over his threats against the EC as a partisan one. Mr. Mona argues the Central Regional Minister, Kwamina Duncan, asked the police to arrest him, reason for the invitation. Kwesi Pakawosen chronicles the story so far.
If the Electoral Commission will not listen to common sense, we will resist. They will beat us. They will kill us. If we don't die, we will resist.
That's the spokesperson of the group, Bernard Mona, threatening to face off with officials of the Electoral Commission during the planned registration exercise. The group accused the Electoral Commission of political bigotry by excluding the existing voters' ID as part of the requirement for the proposed register, insisting the move will disenfranchise over 10 million prospective voters. Mr. Mona called on religious bodies and civil society groups to speak out.
You heard there, Bernard Mona, he's the chairman of the People's National Convention. Well, he says even though he will honor the invitation by the CID, he still stands by his words. That'll be our package for this morning. There's more news when you log on to myjournline.com. But Nero X and KK Fosu have our road safety and Arrival Live campaign message for you on this Friday morning.
Most Papa, you bet to me,